Here to keep the chase going, share information, spread unity, preserve our heritage and our culture. We're trying to achieve something that you just can't catch. We're always trying to find a better way, trying to make better dogs. That's what Dixie Doggers Podcast is. That's who we are.
This episode is brought to you by Rankin Ranch 38 Cattle Company. Marc Rankin specializes in Brahma and Brahma Cross cattle in Oglethorpe County, Georgia. You can contact him at 407-832-2077. 407-832-2077. Quick podcast announcement. Ty Nordvet has a litter of Catahoula Pit Mix puppies, and he was wanting to place them with homes that have kids that want these dogs. He's located in Central Florida and can drive and meet if needed. You can contact him at 651-249-9246. 651-249-9246.
All right, everybody. Joe and Nate here one more time, coming to you with Dixie Doggers Podcast.
Yes, indeed.
Got a guest with us tonight. He is from Florida. We've had quite a few guests from Florida. It looks like there's a lot of hog hunters down there in Florida. But this cat's different. Like, he's not just a hog hunter. He catches cows too. He's a cowboy, but he's also native. He is the Seminole Cowboy. This is the one, the only Dre Jumper, right here with us tonight. What's happening with you?
Joey, I'm doing good. Nate, how you doing, buddy?
Doing good.
So
man, I appreciate you guys having me on.
Oh,
yeah, man. We had to talk for a few minutes, and it's pretty cool the way you telling us where you live and all that stuff. So go ahead and introduce yourself and give us a little backstory. How you got started in the dogs, and give us a little history on you, what you do with them, and tell us who you are and tell us about yourself a little bit.
All right, man. I ain't really nobody, Mr. Joe, but I'm Dre Jumper, like you said. I'm from Big Cypress. It's way out here, way south in the Everglades. I'm about 2 hours an hour from Miami, and I'm about 2 hours from Lake Okeechobee. So I'm right between good and bad. But no, man. I'm like you said. I'm Seminole from Big Cypress. I do a little bit of cowboying, a little bit of hog hunting. I may have the occasional yellow dog or 2 or 10.
Yeah.
I do have some regular red cur dogs. I use them predominantly to run cows, work cows. That's what I do for a living, and use my hog dogs to have a little fun. But that's what I do with them, and catch. I try to catch them. I try to take them. They ain't no good. They trash on the hog every now and then.
There you go.
Cow dogs, shoot, I'm losing my voice more than they're doing, But it's a good time, man. I'm blessed to live this lifestyle that I live. Wouldn't have it no other way, honestly.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. That's if more people would realize how blessed they are and be thankful for what they have already and enjoy that, man, they'd see how good life really is.
Yes, sir. I mean, shoot, it's awesome for sure. Dogs. Man, I might have some. I do have some yellow dogs. I know it's a touchy subject. I know folks got opinions about them.
Well, there's a lot of guys on the East Coast. They're all anti-yellow dog, it seems like. But now you go to the other side of the Mississippi. Man, that's all it is yellow dogs.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
Man, I think Mr. Joe, it ain't really. I think you just gotta have it in you. I know they're different. I know they're pretty, and I know they go. That's all I know from them. But man, I got a couple buddies that give me hell about them too down here. They call them some lemons. That's what they call them down here.
Oh yeah.
But it's good old boys down here that just got some good cur dogs. They've had 20 years, couple years plus, But man, that's what I run down here. It's not like that. That's what I shot for, Mr. Joey. It ain't like that. man, I want to get yellow dogs, and that's what I want because they look good and they got a black face. I had a few, you know, I've seen them work, and like we said earlier, I like whatever works, you know. And for right now, maybe yellow dogs are working for me, and that's what I like. That's what I breed, and for as far as now, that's what they're doing good for me, you know. They do me real good. I know a lot of Georgia boys. I have a lot of Georgia buddies that don't like them. They get these little hell teeth, but you know, I told them the only reason why they don't like them, Mr. Joe, is because they ain't getting them from the right people.
That is the main thing.
Agreed.
That's 100%. I just got a couple, they're real young. I mean, puppies. What, 10 weeks old? 10, maybe 12.
12. They're 12 now.
12 weeks old. You can't let them out of the kennel.
Oh, they run away.
They roll out. Like I'm dead ass serious. They are gone. They gone.
I was like, man, they chasing the other yard dogs, and I was
gone.
like,
no,
I think they're going to go find something.
Yeah, they ain't fucking around. They gone.
Hey,
but they come from another place. You know, they're not from here.
Oh yeah, yep. And that's how they, you know, that's how mine are. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Like right now, if I can let mine run around, I can do, you know, I can let them stretch their legs. But Nate, I'm not running miles down the road, so I might let one they don't like out, so they can just stick around.
Yeah.
But shoot, like you said, all of mine, I won't even. Maybe it's just they're just buck wild. They're just freaking crazy. But mine, once they touch the ground, like you said, they're 1,000 miles an hour. But
that's what I like.
A lot of them yellow dogs, I think, got a bad rep just because like they take a little bit more patience. You know, just like anything else, you got to spend some time, just like any other dog. But I think that's what a lot of people that I've heard of, that I know, that they're a little skittish, or they act funky, or they got a way to them. They got the look, but they don't got the, you know, the drive and the hunt and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or they don't have the bottom, or whatever, however people, you know, version of bottom or whatever. But I think like I said earlier, I think where it all comes down to where you get them from. And
yeah, I have to agree with you on that.
Just with dogs in general, I think you got to, you know, for sure spend time with them. But as far as yellow dogs, you know, you got to, I mean, any dogs, I'm not just saying yellow dogs, but as dogs, you got to spend a little bit of time with them.
Yeah, see, I was like that with Catahoulas, man. Up until just the past couple years, I wouldn't have a Catahoula. I had a lot of them over the years, but they just did not. I never had one that was any good to me.
Yes, sir.
They were too skittish. They were too shy. They were just, I don't know. They just did not work for me. But I've got a couple now. I got them from the right place. And, And man, I love them. Nate's got one. He's got a young dog. Catahoula's that M&M dog. He's a phenomenal dog. You know, I like him. And that's what I'm saying. You know what? That's kind of how yellow dogs got that same kind of act like that. I feel like people look at yellow dogs as like how I look at a leopard dog too. Like I got Catahoulas and leopard dogs, but I got them, you know, from a guy named Mr. Danny Tomlin, and he kind of put me on game on them. So I can't say that I had a bad one. I may have one or two, but if you got them from him, they're gonna be good.
Oh, for sure, 1,000%.
Yeah, Mr. Danny got some, which most, I mean, I'm not gonna say all our listeners, but the listeners that know us from the Bay Pen stuff, and that generally know us or whatever, they know who Mr. Danny is, and they know that he's got quality stuff. His stock is good stuff.
Yes, sir. Him and his son, Cat Tommy and Mr. Danny Tommy, them are the only guys that I can say that I know that have Catahoulas, leopard dogs, and that go, you know, that produce years, not just, you know, 5, 4, 3 petty years. I'm talking, you know, double-digit years, you know. But
decades.
For sure. And that's, you know, with cur dogs too. That's the same thing with my yellow dogs. That's what I try to do. Find the right people. And when I, you know, starting out, that's how it happened. You know, I found the right people and shut my mouth and started listening. That's how it happened. Made it happen.
There you go. Now you run more loose bay dog or rougher dogs, or what do you run? What style?
Man, they're they're rough until they, until they're gonna try just about everything until they get backed up.
Yeah.
They're a little bit goofy. I mean, they're goofy to me all the time, but they're goofy on the hog. But when it comes to, getting when that bad boy's in there, yeah, they're gonna back up
They
and
got some
ask for
sense
some help.
then, so.
Yes, sir. And I like it. I like it, and I don't like it. Obviously, Mr. Jolly and Nate. Man, I lost about 5 just because them jokers are hard, want to get in there and grab the ear. They're rough, and all of my good ones, I say all the time, all my good ones are gone. And my uncle tells me all the time, the good ones don't last forever. So I guess the good ones I got now are the ones that are sorry. But
I
but no,
understand. I got a
they're
yard full of them.
yo shoot, that's all I got too, and I'm sitting here talking about them. But no, that they're more like that. They're mainly barking, baying on them until if they can catch them, they will. If not, they're gonna sit back and bay and wait for some help. But
Gotcha. Now, do you run are all yours full blooded, all pure breeds, or are they mixed breeds, or what?
We'll be back after a quick break.
And now, thanks to the sponsors and friends of Dixie Doggers. Animal Housing Solutions.
Boars N Broads.
Crockett Taxidermy.
Hardcore Hog Dogs.
Southern Cross Cut Gear.
Ada Y Transport.
4L Kennels.
The American Doghorn Museum.
Unique Hounding Hunting Supply.
Hogbaying.com.
Tuskers Magazine.
Mud Creek Hog Dog Trials.
On that.
well, I got I do got a group that I've had since I was I want to say since I was 15. I've had some, and my uncles had some, so we've been mixing them up for years. Just so just a couple head that we've had for a while, and they're registered. They're however you want to do it. I have papers on them. I don't really, I'm not really too into or know too much about the papers, but I know that they are, and I have them if somebody was able to ask or the right question, I can look up that. But yeah, no, I do have some that are papered, and I do just have some that are mixed. I crossbred them with some just regular red cur dog that I have here, or something that works. So I do mix them up. I have both.
I got you.
I don't discriminate.
Yeah, I understand. To me, that's what a hog dog is like, it's whatever works best for your location and for your style of hunting. Whether it's 5 different breeds rolled into one or one purebred dog or whatever. It's what,
Right.
And I'm sure there's people out there that disagree with me, and that's them, and they're entitled to that. But to me, it's just whatever works for you for what you're doing. Now, I use that loosely, like when I say that's what a hog dog is. It's the same thing with a bear dog or squirrel dog. I know people that have feist, and they have blackmouth curs, and they have kimmer curs and mountain curs to squirrel hunt with, and then you might have an old man that's got this mixed up rat terrier feist chihuahua, and that's the best squirrel dog there is.
Burning the woods down.
But it's just the best dog for what you're doing.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, and I've learned that, now that we got Instagram, Facebook, and then I also got some buddies way out in, Texas, Oklahoma. Like, as far as I know, Mr. Joey, I'm one or two, a grown dog and maybe a puppy, then I got some help. That's how I do it. And then I rotate them or whatnot. Maybe like 2 or 3 on the ground at one time. But
yeah,
I know boys that have like 5, 6, 7, and paying just one hog and sending 2 catch dogs. And it might be a 150-pound hog, and nothing against them, but that's just what I know. And like you said, I've had to I'm understanding that style, because I've hunted out in Texas and Oklahoma, but with just some cowboy buddies.
Yeah.
Not anybody in particular, but like their style. Like I took a dog up there and he got tore up, but they're like, oh man, get him back, because they're used to baying the hog down and sending catch dogs in there, and mine looked at it like, oh yeah, I need to grab a bite of him, and he got in there, and everybody's dog, ended up getting hurt. But I was just that's like you said, like for us, this is what works for me and us down here. Running a couple dogs and quiet, kind of rough and in between rough and being smart, but not too much on the track, just hunting.
Yeah.
But
so do y'all?
but no, that's
cast
like my
them, or y'all
thing
just ride
too.
around? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that was just like I was just saying that, man. I like to understand how people run their dogs, and like you said, there's different terrains for how people run them.
Oh yeah. So you cast out? Y'all just cast them, or do y'all ride around on buggy? Y'all road hunt?
I don't
them, rig
know.
'em, or how do y'all do them?
Right. So I mean, shoot. I think, and I do a little bit of all of it, Mr. Duffy. To be honest with you, if I can't, honestly, I let them out the box and let them do their thing.
Yep.
It depends on where we go, but yeah, no, for sure, 100%. I'm letting them out the box, and I want them to get ahead. At least try.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm more likely going to dropping them down, and it's either that or letting them win them off the box. But no, for sure, we definitely cast them out there. We like to get our dogs to go, Mr.
Yeah.
Nate. We don't like them. We want them to do it all. Whatever we have to do to get the hog done, we're gonna figure it out. I don't want mine to be able to do it.
Yeah, that's kind of what we do. We've got some dogs that cast better than some of the other ones, and but we've got a few dogs that we can ride them around. They on the box. They're not the best rig dogs, but like they're starting. Like we got a couple young dogs. Those the ones of Nate's. They're really good at winding and rig. Throwing their nose up. But if you get out and you start walking, they'll stay 300 or 400 yards around you and hunt real hard. They might go out 600 or 700, but if you stop, say if you're in the truck, you stop, open the box, they might cast a mile and a half.
Right.
It just whatever you're doing same thing with us. We want them to do whatever we need to do.
Yes, sir. No, for sure. And like as far as winding, that's I personally try to obviously take them where the hog's at, and
yes,
usually that's like if we're riding down a dirt road or riding down some roads, and either we don't see sign on the ground or just whatever the scenario is, we try to let it be known. And I do have dogs that don't win worth of shit, but they'll get on the ground and go try, but no, like I really like them to do just about. Not, I don't expect it out of them, but I really like for them to try to do it all, and I want them to be able to do it.
That's right. Now,
But
the dogs that you hog hunt, do you mess with cows with them? Or do you have,
no, well, how I do it when they're puppies, I if like cow dogs, like I get this question asked a lot about cow dogs and hog dogs, and well, honestly, I kind of. Like if I breed like my main dog now, I tried him on cows and it wasn't his thing, and he just went for hogs. But I did that for so long, and I found out what likes what, and that's what I kind of do. And so now I have just cow dog. I breed it to dad, and if they don't work, really it's like trial and error with me. If they don't like a hog, they might like a cow, and if they can't work a cow and they don't like a hog, then we might have to find, some grooming arrangements, but for sure. But no, I try them all different angles, Mr. Joey. I try to give them a chance before we send them down that green mile.
That's right. Well, I mean, it's tough sometimes because, if you get a dog, it's got the potential to do something, but it's just not what you want it to do. It doesn't mean that the dog is just a colt,
Yes, sir.
You gotta figure out what it is, and
right.
A lot of times you just kind of got to let that dog tell you what it wants to do, but
yes, sir.
A lot of people don't have that kind of time, where
Oh
they
yeah,
don't, they
no,
don't feel like
no.
they do, you know.
Yes, sir.
'Cause
Man, and that plays a big part of it. And I don't wanna say the wrong thing to folks, and to say, hey man, I don't work cows, but what am I gonna do? I don't wanna
yeah,
to put that in nobody's ear for sure. And I don't wanna say the wrong thing. That just I'm for my work and how I make a living and what I like to do is predominantly ranching and hunting hogs, and I'm fortunate enough to give my dogs an extra chance at something.
that's right.
And trust me, I'll do a little bit of a culling, but I ain't gonna. I'll give them a chance, but it won't be too much of.
Well,
They gotta. They
yeah, you can't do it so much.
Yes, sir.
You know,
Yes, sir.
like I
Yeah,
said,
I
it's
learned that.
well, yeah,
I learned that a lot, man. I learned to at least be patient. Honestly, is what I should say.
yeah. That man, that's shit. It took me forever. I'm talking about forever.
Every day for me. As soon as I walk out of the house and hear that Joker, I
Yeah,
just gotta hear one. Oh yeah, patients are getting pushed.
yeah. I guess raising all my kids, that's where I learned my patience, and
Yes, sir.
so now it's I'll give a dog way more time than I normally would have, and I look back on it now and I kind of laugh because I'm like, man, I wonder how many really good dogs I culled way too soon,
Man,
because
I tell you what.
I've had a lot of them that they were doing better than some I've got, and I culled them quick, boy. I'd be like, nope,
Yes,
this ain't
sir.
shit. It's got to go.
No,
Mm,
no, man. I like you hit the nail on the head with that one. And me and my dad, we have. I mean, shout out to my dad, man. He's the one that really kind of showed me the ins and outs of what I know now, Mr. Joe. I don't
yeah,
really. A lot of younger kids talk to me and ask me questions, man, and it's hard sometimes to answer them because of what I know. It's hard to explain to some folks, but no, man, my dad is that's what he's used to. He taught us one way, and his way was, if they don't work right then and there, and I got other dogs to feed,
it costs
but
the
I was just,
same.
oh yeah,
It costs the
oh yeah. And
same
nowadays,
to feed a
I feel
shitty
like
dog as it
Mr.
does a
Joe,
good dog.
I told my dad recently the other day, I said, man, huh, what would you give to get them go back a couple years back when dog food was cheap? And
Yeah,
he kind of laughed. He said, yeah. But no, man, that's what I kind of learned that from. And the culling part, he's the one that told me, he said, man, if you keep all of them, you can go broke. You know what I mean? And
that's right.
it's not all, for sure. And he told him, man, you want good dogs, you got to pick the best ones. You can't really keep on to the bad ones.
And like like we were talking about the puppies that I got, those little yellow pups. They got it. They either have it
Yes,
or
sir.
they don't. And for a while, man, I would give dogs, like I said, way more time than I normally would have. And I said, well,
Yes,
let's
sir.
just see what the difference is. And I'll be honest with you, for a stretch of probably about 6 years, I would give dogs till they were 18 months to 2 years old to really turn on. And to be honest, I didn't have a better outcome.
Yes,
I
sir.
mean, the dogs that weren't going to make it, there was one or two that did turn out to make dogs, but they weren't great dogs. They were okay.
Right. Right.
They were pretty good dogs. And then the ones that were great, they just had it ever since they were born. It's like you could
Right.
tell it right off the bat. So with that said, it's like I'm not saying don't give a dog that much time, but if you have limited space and limited funds and dog food's damn $60 a bag, like you said, you can't keep all of them. You got to
No,
keep the
sir.
best and just keep moving.
Yes, sir. Right. And that's what I get into some trouble with, with puppies, as far as like, I get a lot of questions about that. I mean, hey, a lot of people don't understand where I'm coming from, where I say, I don't get rid of them just because, if I get rid of them, what else am I gonna have to run? What
Yeah.
can I run if I get rid of them? What if I get rid of all my puppies? I won't have nothing, or all my dogs, I won't have nothing. But
Mhm.
for sure, like, I think that, being patient is good to an extent. You got to understand, like you said, you got to make sure if you're going to keep them, you're going to keep a lot. The funds got to be there, the time, and obviously the places to go and do stuff with them. But
That's right.
no, for sure.
Now on puppies and stuff, how often do you guys breed pups? Do y'all breed up?
So
Pretty regular or?
yeah, I mean, I try to do it, and I try to breed mine where they're born in the wintertime.
Yeah.
But normally, man, it's backwards sometimes for the dogs I wanted to happen. Usually, one of the dogs I want to breed come in a different damn time.
I know.
And man, I kind of want to do it a different way, but man, I can't. I guess they can't help it either.
Yeah, we got one right now, and she's pretty rough, but she's phenomenal. I mean, like, she went from barely hanging around your feet just a little bit to going like 200 or 300 yards, and then like going 1,000 yards, all in like 2 days.
Oh.
And so I was like, yeah, she's got it, but I don't know how long she's gonna stay with us because, like I said, she's a little rough. And so I want to breed her to something that we have that's not rough at all and try that.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like, man, I still got 2 months of 2 or 3 months of good hunting left.
Yes, sir.
And she's in heat right now, ain't she, Nate? Okay. Yeah, she's in right now. So it's like, damn, do I just hold up or what? Because if I wait, she's gonna come in heat in February. It's like, no, fuck, I can't do that. So
yes, sir.
Because and if I don't do it, then that bitch is I'm telling you, she's gonna get fucking killed and ain't gonna have no puppies.
And we can't even decide who to breed her to.
Yeah. So I think the best thing to do is say, no, I don't want to breed her, and then just turn a couple of male dogs loose on the yard, and she'll pick who she wants to get bred to. And I don't know who it is, but if it's on my yard, it's good dogs for us.
Yes,
it
sir.
Works for me.
For sure. For sure. For sure.
I'm going to do like Uncle Pat does. Uncle Pat be like, yep, it's bred top and bottom.
Top and bottom, he's bred.
Yeah, you say, what's that dog out of?
On the speedometer.
That's it. 27 miles an hour, that damn. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man. But now, go ahead.
To guys like me, not to cut you off, Mr. Joe, and back to the jit part, man, to guys that like me, you, and Nate, and to guys listening, that I know it's hard in the season, the guys that can manage it, I know certain seasons go out, but if that dog's good, I'd breed that dog.
Yeah. Okay, you said it. I'm going to do it. It's your fault.
Yeah.
I'm going to send half of it. She's a yellow dog.
Now, who are we going to breed her to is the question.
She's a yellow dog, and she is, honestly, I had her right there in the front corner of the yard, and the reason I did, like most all my dogs, you can't see them, we got them all strolled around. But if there was ever a picture of what a yellow dog should look like, it's her.
Oh, yeah.
And so every day I would pull in the yard and I'd look, I was like, God dang, that's a good looking dog, every single day. And so I said, man, if she don't hunt, it's going to suck when I call this bitch.
Yes, sir.
But I didn't have to worry about that. That's one of the holiday pups. I got a litter of pups from Russell Holiday in Texas, out there around Weatherford. And
yes, sir.
Every single one of them, just they got it.
Oh yeah,
they got it. So I mean,
man, and I go back and I don't, like I said, I hate to say that I don't want to tell nobody wrong or anybody listening wrong, but funny story about the jip being bred, man. Me and my uncle raised one together, and he finally let me hunt it, and we hunted her. She was, honestly, she was just I can't really say what she was. I think she was an athlete, meaning she can go work cows and then go work and catch hogs. She can do about both. But I used her for hogs, and man, I end up breeding her. I have some puppies out of her. Some of the best looking puppies I probably raised, and I don't want to speak too good on them now, but she did her part. Had her puppies, let her get back right from having puppies, and took her hunted her. she came in the heat. I should have bred her, let her come out of heat, took her hunting. The first hog I took her off to be in heat, got her.
Yep.
And now, right now, I don't even want her really much cold nothing, but it looks like that they all might fit the description that I like anyway. But
Yeah.
no, man, and to guys like I said, to guys that really need them, that need that that love to hunt or that also have the time and can do it, I'll breed your dog just so you can have it. But
even if you don't need puppies,
for sure,
that doesn't mean breed the dog every time it comes in heat.
Right,
if you don't have puppies, you need to, like that. We had a dog named Midnight. It's Rodney Bell's dog. But
yes,
like,
sir.
I mean, we've hunted with her. I hunted with her since she was a year and a half, 2 years old, and like I really got attached to this dog, and just had to. We lost hers a week before last, and we tried to get a litter of pups off of her a couple of times, man. It just never would work. Well, now her mom had a litter of pups, and we ain't even try. You know what I mean? It's like, damn, how did she even get pregnant?
Yes, sir.
So it was
for
like,
sure, man. That's how it happens with us too.
Yeah, one of the best dogs you have, you gotta try. You gotta at least try to get some puppies. I mean, if you don't need the puppies, breed them and give them to the guys that you know. That way you got
sure.
that blood. You
yes,
can
sir.
get back to it.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with that because we've never bred a lot. I just never have. And
yes, sir.
And that's changed. I've got to.
Oh yeah, and like I say, like you said, man, I learned my lesson from it. I learned it just because because of what I need them for. And like you said, I breed them because I genuinely need them, and I hate to say it, and I sound bad saying it, but the dogs I have right now might not be by here next year.
That's the truth. It's the truth.
I got to keep it rolling. I got to, and it's hard. It's hard. I mean, sometimes it does. Like every guys with puppies know it ain't. Raising them or raising dogs, know it ain't easy. But like, man, you like you guys said, you lose a good one, and man, you can't.
It's tough.
It's tough. It's for sure. But then you got to think about, man, the 25 I got at home. You gotta keep it for sure rolling. But yeah, man, that's. Funny you say that about that dog too. One of my best cow dogs, I bred her once. She had 2 puppies. Bred her again, she didn't have none.
Wow.
And I think all her deal is this is what she just wants to work.
Yeah. And
I'm totally good with that. Her job now is teaching. So I find it I kind of win, but I kind of lose still because I need something out of her. But I work with what I got. So
that's all you can do, really. I mean, you got to do the best you can do.
Yes, sir.
Now, where you hunt at? You said you were down there in Big Cypress, so you got you got a pretty good bit of land to hunt there.
Yes, sir.
So you're going to be in the swamps.
Yeah. I'm in the swamp. Predominantly, I'm in the swamps. The cow pastures we have are, man, they look like cow pastures, and some of them can be swamps under that grass. Wet, mucky.
Yeah.
Everywhere around this time of the year, it's summertime, and people think, in my area anyway, our summertime is the rainy season, and we're wet all the time, feet wet. We don't go I don't leave home. I leave home dry. When I come back, I'm soaked. So, we're running into water everywhere just about. Yeah. But, yeah, no, for sure in the cypress swamps, the woods, thick pepper bushes, thick oak tree hammocks, myrtle bushes, whatever you can think of in the swamp, sawgrass. Just a little bit of everything. So we don't got too much of rock. Oh yeah,
it's real thick. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Like this is I don't know how many what people's versions of woods are.
Yeah.
But I know there's woods all over the world, but we got some woods down here.
Like ours is timber. When,
Yes,
when,
sir.
we, when we say woods, okay, we're talking anywhere from, okay, say like Bankhead is 90,000 acres of nothing but huge. I mean, old growth timber. I mean, there's trees that, 100 plus foot tall, and that's all it is.
Right.
And there's areas that are thick underbrush, briars and stuff like that. And then the terrain is, you've got a lot of bluffs and hills, and it's the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains. So it's, it can be pretty rough. But now I've went to Texas, out there where the woods, where they were talking about the woods, and to us it was like this is a thicket,
Right.
The trees weren't very tall, but you couldn't go anywhere. Like you could see what, for instance, like they shot a coon that was off a feeder, and it was laying at the bottom of a mesquite tree, and I could see it, and you could not get to it. It was so thick. Like it was just, man. Dude, everything there will stab you, stick you, or bite. This was around Corpus Christi. So, everywhere is different, like you said. And so people, when you get to the version of having woods, everywhere is different. So,
right.
People going to make their own conclusion. They're like, oh, it's thick where I hunt. Like, it can be thick everywhere, I promise you. It's just a different kind.
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. And like it's funny you say that, because where I'm at, it's more swampy, it's more wet, definitely more wetter than. But we go to like the Okeechobee line, where it's more like flat land, kind of like we call them a cabbage patch. They're like it's like a palmetto tree that grows in the ground. It's more like flat kind of. But it's also, they also have oak hammocks. They also have thick briar patches, like salt palmetto. Like right now they have like a palmetto branches. They have these turkey necks. I mean, it's kind of it's thick all over it. But like the further north you get, obviously the terrain changes too. But I mean, I feel like woods is anything you gotta try to get into, you know what I mean? Some of these woods we go to, shoot, Mr. Joey, I'm 6'1", and for me being on my damn hands and knees, shoot, it gotta be, be kind of bad, and I'm on my hands and knees going to 50% of the hogs, 60% of the hogs we catch, and it gets bad. There's, but also, I mean, not to say anybody else where they live don't have woods, but I think just a lot of muscle, sweat, just to get to a hog is thick. No matter where you at.
Well, that's what I was getting at. Like when he was talking about like coming to our woods here, man. Like I can go 2 hours from the house, and I can see 1,000 yards through the woods. It's
yes, sir.
It's clean. It's clear. And hey, I promise you, we go hunt there every fucking chance we can. I'm talking about because like you're gonna get wet, but the thing is, like, we're not having to crawl on our hands and knees that much.
Yes, sir. A crack getting scraped up by every damn thing.
Yeah. We went to. Go ahead.
No, I'll tell you what though. I mean, like you said, when we could see 1,000 yards across the road, man, that
wide open then, baby.
Man, that's what I love it, man. I wish that's like for me and a lot of other people. It's like almost like it's like the perfect cast, almost like the perfect descendant one.
Yeah, well, it sucks for us because I can see the dogs and they ain't doing shit.
Well,
if they're in the thick stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Get at next.
If they're in the thick stuff, I'll be like, man, yeah, they're out there, man, they're hunting. Look at it. They're out there 800 yards, 1,000 yards, half a mile. And then when we get in the clear stuff, you see them like, look at that son of a bitch over there laying down in the bushes. Look, he's in a damn armadillo hole. Yeah.
Yes, sir. That's man.
I have one that's humping everything. I got a dog right now that's humping every fucking thing that comes along. I don't know what's wrong with him. His name is Pepper.
Man, I have plenty of them. Trust me.
Carter Schultz. We were hunting, and Carter led him to a catch or led him back one day or something. And ever since then, that dog has been horny as hell. So I don't know what the fuck happened, but I'm saying he was fine before that. Now he's all fucked up.
Man, that's dogs for you. I tell you what, it'll be my luck, Nate. It'll be my luck. I told my dad, I'm with my dad. My dad we'll have this breed, and I'll be like, Dad, we're gonna get this done right here. These are gonna be the ones right here. By God, if you don't keep the best ones, and I have the ones that can't run straight, that can't sit still for a second, that won't open his mouth for warmer. I'm over here sweating, and my dad's having a blast with his,
Yeah.
Or his is going quicker than mine.
What about the one Rodney just had off Sally? Rodney just had a litter off Sally, which is Midnight's mama. All right. And this was one night, like, we didn't even plan this one. So, so Rodney, anyway, he was like, you pick whichever ones you want. I said, I want that one and that one. Because one dog is a yellow colored dog. He's got a little bit of black trim. I was like, I want that one. And I said, I want this up. Nate was looking. I was like, this is one we want right here. So Rodney, he was like, I wanted that female. I was like, well, keep the female then. Because it was one female. And so, of course, we get him in there. We're messing with a pig, right? The female refuses to do a damn thing. Like, she is not interested at all. Mine, as soon as you turn it loose, that son bitch turned around, seen that pig, and went straight to work.
Man.
Dude, Rodney was like, you got to be kidding me. And then he kept on with it until, like, finally, he was going to call the pup. He got so fucking, I said, no. I said, I'll tell you what, I'll let you have the other one, and you let me take the female. He was like, better do something with it. It took me 3 fucking seconds. I put my hands on her. I said, come on, baby girl. And that motherfucker turned around, seen the hog, and went to work. Rodney said, son of a bitch, what's wrong? I was like, I don't know, man. Maybe it's just you.
I learned a long time ago as a kid. I am not qualified to talk shit or to say, this is going to do that. Because every time I did, I was wrong. So I say, I don't know. They ain't worth it. I just say all of them suck. That is my general rule of thumb. They all
Nate's
suck.
Nate's got the best 2 dogs out of everybody. Out of all of us right now, for sure.
Man, it'd be my luck. I go to pick one out, and I tell my dad and look at him. He'll hit me with you just got to be patient. Give him a little time. I'm old, man.
Oh, yeah.
What the hell? That's normally how it goes, too.
I don't even, like I said, I don't even say nothing. I just wait. If I know, I just, no matter what, the answer is usually just shut up and wait. And that has fixed 99% of my problems.
Because I'm gonna give him.
He's gonna give me shit no matter what. Even if I am right, if he's just feeling it that day, he'll be like, nah, you know what the fuck you talking about.
That dog
wasn't good enough.
Yeah, that dog could come out at 3 months old and run a hog for 2 miles, bay it, and then catch on command, let go on command, and go load up in the truck. And I would still say, oh, fuck, man, I wouldn't even have that dog.
I wouldn't even own it.
I wouldn't even
the way he ran and caught that hog.
Yeah, look at his ass walking sideways, like he's running sideways, son. He's got 1 foot shorter than the other one. Club foot.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's how I am.
Sure.
You know? That's bad, ain't it?
Yes, hey, man, I'm right there with y'all. I know how it is.
Damn it. So, all right, let's get on this damn thing right here, what we had. I was trying to see what we was talking about. So we was talking about where you hunt at and stuff, and how the terrain is. So I'm assuming that's one reason why it's so hard on the dogs. With it being that thick, I mean, if you get on a rough hog or a bad hog, and you got to get in there to them, and you got to crawl on your hands and knees. I mean, you either got to have a real loose dog, or you got to have a dog that's gonna stay right in his face.
Yes, sir, for sure. I mean, and that goes back to. I mean, I don't know how a dog works or how he thinks, but I mean, I'm pretty sure, like how we was talking about earlier, I like my dogs to kind of have a little bit of sense, but if they can catch it, catch it, and this just works for me and my preference. But yeah, no, for sure. I mean, in that thick stuff, I prefer him, and if it's a bad boy, I prefer him to talk to him a little bit. Give me a little time. Let me get there and help. But
Yeah. Do you run
yeah,
any kind of
no,
catch dogs with them, or you just run all cur dogs?
man, I have a cur dog that I run to catch, and I have bulldogs. To be honest with you, Mr. Joe, I don't really know much about them bloodlines, and I don't get too up in depth with the
Yeah.
bulldog bloodlines. Not because I don't want to, I just generally don't know. And if it's a bulldog out of somebody's good stock, then
Yeah,
I'm
if it
you
works,
know I
it works.
use it.
Yeah.
It works, yes, sir. And not just any geek off the street, but just
That's right.
if they got it, that's what I
Shit,
want to give it a go. But
I've seen some straight off the side of the damn road that was some of the best catch dogs you ever put a lead on. And,
oh yeah, my
you know,
best one was straight off the road.
well, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now,
No,
go ahead.
go ahead. Sorry about that.
But on the, a lot of situations like what you're talking about is, to me, it would seem like it'd be tough to turn a bulldog loose and even try to get in there to it. If you were more than,
Yes,
say,
sir.
50, 60 yards, I mean, shit, it might take you 30
Right.
minutes to get in there.
Oh yeah, for sure. And even with mine, I I hate it and I love it, but I hate it because honestly, going to them hogs in them woods like that, I got this bulldog that's going fucking 100 miles an hour. He's not having his way because he can't get up in there, and then I'm going. But when he gets there, it's gonna be on. But it's a matter of fact when he gets there.
Mm-hmm.
But when he gets there, it's be on. But yeah, no, for sure. And that's the thing that sucks. But about it, that's the only thing bad part about it. And a lot of bad stuff I think that I hate and I love is that the catch vest, and I've been having bad luck with it and cut collars. And not to say that they're no good.
What's happening with them?
Well, in my woods, like they protect my dogs 100%. You know what I mean? They do their job. But they're hanging up.
Hanging up.
Yep. And I had a young dog. And this ain't bashing no, but I love them. I love the cut gear that I get. All the brands that I've dealt with, they do me right. They protect 100%. But I just, man, I had bad luck with them as I had a young dog run on a hog, and he get hung up in it, and he's young, not being patient to get out and find his way out. He's freaking out, and it kind of choked him on the branch.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, and not to say it's anything's fault, his or the cut collar, but that was just the luck I had with him, and
Mm-hmm.
the woods that we hunt, it is gets thick, and I just don't want that to happen to mine. But the bulldogs, man, that's where it goes back to the bulldogs. Now that I've been running a few of them, they just got to have it that want to get there,
Yeah.
And I usually try to be smart about sending them where I'm right there. I don't want to send them too far away, but I get them right close enough where I can see what's going on, or I can, hear and have enough time to help. I don't try to send them about 100 yards or 50 yards. I try to get as close as I can to help the dog out, But
we got away from using bulldogs for a long time, and which we started back, and I still don't. Very seldom do I use a full-blooded pit. There's nothing wrong with it, and I have them, and we will use them, but I like these bull terriers, and I like some mixed breeds, and the reason I like them is because I don't know, they're a little different. They're not so damn wound tight, They and a lot of them, if the hog breaks, they got a little bit of a nose, and they can stay with that hog, not just running it by sight, but actually, by running track. And
yes, sir.
A lot of people, they don't want that. I understand. If a bulldog misses, and not all of them, I know I'm gonna catch shit for this, but there's people out there right now that they know their bulldog can run track and has found hogs on its own. Mine have too. But if you've got a bulldog that's vested up and it misses a hog and the hog breaks, or the hog breaks before it even gets there, and that dog is a catch dog, that son of a bitch is gonna chase that hog.
Oh yeah.
And now you're gonna have this, and if that son of a bitch, if that hog gets out there another 300 or 400 yards in that thick shit, if your bulldog gets hung up, or if it's hot, and he gets overheated, or if he does catch
Yes,
the
sir.
hog, he's already tired.
Oh yeah.
I'm not big on cut gear at all.
Right.
Now, we run it. Don't get me wrong. We do run it, but I'm not big on it. Me, I would rather, I'd rather just let bulldogs be bulldogs.
Yes, sir.
They don't
Yes,
get
sir.
hung up.
I agree on that one too. Yeah, but I mean, I like them both. I mean, if my bulldog can go in there and hit him, everybody will wish this, if their bulldog can go in there and hit him just right without get, if that was the case, yeah. And if mine weren't worth a damn, I probably wouldn't wear one on him either.
Has yours ever
and
missed?
also, man, what's that?
Has your bulldog ever missed?
Oh yeah. Oh
God, look, you're supposed to say, well, hell no, I got a good bulldog. That motherfucker ain't never missed.
Mr. Joey, I'm gonna catch hell for this too. No, sir. I sent my bulldog the other night, the ones that I've been taking. I sent him the other night to damn near perfect. Not too much wood, not too thick, not too wet. He was perfect. I mean, in my eyes, it was perfect shot. And he went in there, banged it right on the head, and he's flat on his back trying to get up, and he and the hog's 105 yards down the road, and he's gone, or he's far away. Where now I have to get in the water. I have, just stuff like that. I mean, it's gonna happen. I don't care who it is, whose dog.
That's
it
right.
can be out of the China guy, wherever, whatever dog they're bred like, they're gonna miss, man. It happens. It ain't, and I'm not to say that people don't have good ones. There's some jammed up ones, but it's gonna happen just like anything, It's gonna
they
happen.
might not see it miss. Now, like where we live at, there's a lot of guys that send their bulldogs, 100, 150 yards, and
Right.
because like the terrain that you're in, if the hog breaks
Yes,
at
sir.
all, and you're in these mountains, like it can get bad real quick. And
Yes, sir.
so a lot of times we ask a lot of the catch dogs, and I've actually had a couple people tell me their dogs have never missed, and I was like, wow, that's pretty good. And I was like, have you ever seen them catch all? I said, so you watch every catch? And they're like, well, no, I can't see them. I was like, well, then you don't know if it missed or not. Just because it did catch the hog don't mean that it did miss.
Yes, sir. When boys tell me and I hear stuff like that, I instantly think you ain't been on enough.
Yeah, they ain't been on that many.
You ain't been on enough trips to see, but no, for sure. And I hear a lot of times, yeah, man, he don't miss this and that, but yeah, it's gonna. I mean, I bring me wrong. I'm head up. If they catch and I see it, yes, sir. And I know it catches, but I know they're gonna miss. It might not be today, it might not be next year, but one day they're gonna miss. It happens.
Now, do you hunt a lot of public land, or is it all private land?
Yeah, no, I hunt I hunt both, really, public and private.
Mm-hmm.
The private part is, just somebody's pasture, or just getting permission to go in their like their backyard, just land like that, or really mainly my private land is mainly pastures, but also like the public land we go to is, there's also some, just regular woods, regular open fields, I mean, I do a little bit of both. But I do play ball by the right books. I try to be fair. I try not to, slip or do that stuff. I not to shit on nobody or say they're doing wrong, but my preference is just doing it the right way. But
I agree.
For sure though, a little bit of both, man. I try to go everywhere, get my dogs to go to all kinds of lands, and some of the public land I go to is either, some pine trees or some different land that I'm at. So, yeah, a little bit of both, man. I can't sit here and say that it's just one, or I'm fortunate enough to get to go to certain spots.
So do you hunt by your, like, how many of y'all hunt together? Is it a big group, or?
Yeah,
or
I
is it
mean,
just
like,
one or two, or what?
Yeah, sure. It usually like 2 or 3
Stop
or.
with the sir shit. Please stop with the sir. God damn, I'm not old. I'm young.
Mr. Joey,
I'm 29.
I can't, man. I can't.
How old am I, Nate? 27. Yeah, I'm almost 27.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no, man.
Yes, sir. Just looking good.
And hey,
Looking
you
good.
wear it good, damn it. But
Fucking 77.
man, I can't, man. You don't know how I'm right now. I got teeth knocked out, but that's from a heifer. But my mom damn near they'll work on them if I didn't say it.
I
I mean,
understand, man.
they
And I
just
do
out there.
appreciate that. But man, you ain't got to do the sir thing, dude. Like I said, Mr. Bob Plott, we talked to him last night, and I was doing the same thing. He's like, "No, just call me Bob." "Yes, sir, Mr. Bob." And he's like, "No, Bob's fine." I was like, "Yes, sir, Mr. Bob." I was like, "I can't do it, you know." So I get it, man. I get it. It's cool though. I do appreciate it.
Yeah, I know, man. I try to, man. I know a lot of people lack that in our generation right now.
Yeah,
So,
that's
but
true.
no,
So
it ain't
there's
to
a good
do nothing.
good group of y'all that goes out and hunts together, and
Oh
or
yeah. Like the boys I go with now, there's about four of us, but like some of the places we go, like we'll split up. We'll go a couple of us here, and then somebody will have their kids, or I'll bring mine. We'll do. We don't really do big crowds. Not none against it. It just I feel like we still like to enjoy hunting versus either if we have to make sure everybody's good, or if there's a lot of us.
It's a lot of dogs coming in if there's a big crowd too.
Oh yeah, and for sure, and I mean
it's fun. I mean it can be a damn good time. We do it a couple of times a year where there's way too many dogs, way too many people, and it's just way too much fun.
yes sir, yes sir. That's normally happens when we'll get the being together, and we might forget about going to get a hog, and it might be 1 o'clock then. But for sure, man, and that's how we normally run it though. Usually, usually it's either like one or two, or sometimes, man, Mr. Dre, I can go right after work and normally go by myself sometimes, or if some people are busy, I'll load up and go,
Yeah.
But and I try to go a couple times out of the week while I do go. I kind of do, but no, majority of the time is with somebody or by myself or with like 2 or 3 other people.
I got you.
But it's more of it's more of the memory, Mr. Joe. I don't think a lot of people don't understand. I love catching hogs and watching my dogs work, but it also you can't beat the company when you got it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest part with this. But I like really watching the dog work more than anything though.
Well, we used to hunt with a pretty big group. At least once a month. There was probably, I'd say, about 10 of us, but there was always one in the group that was going to be getting drunk, showing his ass, or beating the hell out of his dog for no reason, just doing some stupid shit. And it got to the point where I was like, man, this is just so. Like when we go hunt. Like you won't see me drink if we're hunting. I'm there to hunt. That's my objective. Now there are certain times, like when we went down there with Cody Godwin and them, it was like, hey, we're going to have a good time. We're going to hunt a little bit. We're going to just hang out, have a good time, and so it was a little bit more relaxed. You can do stuff like that, but like.
Yes, sir.
All the time, I can't do it. I see guys who do that, and my hat's off to them if they can do it. But me, I can't. It's too much.
No.
Too much going on for me to be drinking or have somebody else drinking a whole lot where I can't keep up with them and shit not be safe.
Right. No, for sure, and we do, man. I won't sit here and say that. Oh man, we just go out there and we go strictly for that. Sometimes we'll bullshit around and we'll have a good time, but man,
when it's just a few people, when it's just 3 or 4, I mean, you can do that. Like I said, you can do it with a bigger group though. You just and we always we carry people hunting with us all the time. It's usually me, Nate, and Rodney, and maybe one other that hunt together all the time, and then we'll have a couple of guests. And so with taking guests out all the time, man, I just can't drink.
We'll be back after a quick break.
911, what is your emergency?
Units respond code 3 to a 1050 on the highway. Vehicles are blocking multiple
We're en route
lanes
to the
of travel.
hospital. Patient is currently having
We got a
cardiac
four-alarm
arrest and has
fire
been
here.
intubated.
Send additional
Protesters are
truck.
outside of City Hall and they are not complying with our
Out on
orders
one.
to
Hold the
disperse.
air.
In a rapidly changing world for first responders where it seems that every day the rules and norms are changing, there is one voice you can count on to give you the latest in emergency news. That is Lifeline.
Yes, sir. No, for sure. And also a thing with me, man, is not, I mean, I love to hang out. I love to have a few beers. I love to take a few shots. But, you know, I feel like that it'll be my luck, or I like my dogs enough that, God forbid, they get cut down and I'm buzzed up, or I'm drunk and I'll mess the dog up and mess around and do something wrong, you know. I feel like I owe it to at least my animals, at least, to be a little bit, you know, right for them. You know, that's my biggest thing too, is like I don't, and then, you know, obviously the stuff that could happen, but no, for sure. Like I rather, if we're going hog hunting, I'll have one or a few with you at the house, at the truck, but then we're hog hunting.
Yeah,
you know?
that's ain't nothing wrong with it. And like I said, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it by no means, because I mean, some people can do it, and I mean, it doesn't affect them, you know. But
right, like I said, man, anybody that can, for sure.
Hell yeah.
And hey, y'all got it, boys. Y'all got it, because man, because shoot, I can't. Not because of my dogs, but man, you might see me running down the road, running to a hog, and I might just let it all out, or something like that.
There you go.
It'll be my luck, but.
Well, that's my
for
my
sure.
problem
To the
is I
guys
drink
that
too
do
much.
it, yes, sir. If we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it then. No.
Yeah, that's me. If we get started, y'all better get ready. We getting fucked up.
Yes, sir. But man, to the guys that can do it, boy, salute you guys, boy.
Yes, sir. They say,
Salute you guys.
they can drink one or two. Shit, good. I can't.
Yes, sir.
So
For sure.
But now, Nate had this topic down here to talk about too, like the summer versus the wintertime routine on your dog yard. Now, being that far south, what's the wintertime like there? I mean, do you guys have a harsh winter, or?
Man, I honestly depends on what Mother Nature throws at us. But when it gets cold, maybe get like to the 30s. Some places in Florida, like close to the Georgia area, maybe the 20s, and almost, you know, cold. But for us, man, it's usually, it might be a week or two, but like as the day goes on during them 2 weeks, it could be like 30 in the morning all the way until like lunchtime, and then it'll heat back up. So, but it's really not rough. It's not bad. It's perfect. You really can damn near run them all day. You know, run dogs pretty much all day. But like, as far as the summertime, I mean, right about now, like I probably, if I was going hunting now, I might have left like 30, 40 minutes or an hour ago, just so I can be out there in the daytime and see and go tonight. But that's for the summertime. Going into the winter. The winter, I think we normally can go all day and night, you know, just because it's cooler weather. And
so y'all don't have to take any like big precautions, like having to keep a lot of straw in the dog houses. I didn't know if y'all had to do all that, because like our dogs,
yes, sir.
we have to. Of course, we don't have real bad winters, but it can get down in the teens and the single digits. Like I got some friends who live in Michigan, and that shit's bad up there.
Yeah, no, that right there, boy. That's terrible. That's terrible bad for me.
Yeah,
but
that shit's rough.
No, I mean I like being a dog. You know, I care about my dog. So when it gets cold, them nights where it's 20 and it gets 30 and it's real cold, colder than what they're normally used to. Yeah, no, I either throw some straw, like you said, or they'll have a lamp or something, you know, to keep that heat, keep them a little bit warm.
Yeah.
But no, for sure that. But it ain't like all winter thing, just like you said, not like Michigan where you gotta wait for snow or you gotta wait until everything it's not really too much like that.
Yeah,
But
we usually have, I'd say during January and February, we'll probably have a week or two out of each month that's pretty cold, you know?
right. I think for us it'll be like a month or two, but it'll be off and on. It'll be perfect, and then it'll get cold at night and cold in the mornings, and then it'll shoot back to like a 70 degrees, and then as the day gets hotter, it'll get obviously hotter. But now when it gets cold, man, it gets cold because the humidity and stuff's different down here, man. There's some boys that come from Montana down here in rodeo, and shoot, they say the cold down here is a lot. They're from -degree weather, and they're down here wearing jackets when it gets cold.
Yeah.
And they think it's a different kind of weather, or cold weather.
The humidity in there, the moisture.
Oh yeah, it's like a wet,
Yep.
nasty feeling cold when it gets super cold down here.
I know we went to Michigan and Ohio, and we went up there and trapped and hunted, and it was cold. Now don't get me wrong, with the wind blowing and stuff, it was bad cold. But like I had a t-shirt on and it was 22, 23 degrees. And I was walking around in a t-shirt.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean it literally felt like it was 40 degrees here.
Yes, sir.
And I was like, I said, damn, it's not even that bad. But now when the wind started blowing, it got cold quick.
Yes, sir.
But it
yes, sir.
It is different, you know.
For sure. And as far as like obviously like for the summertime down here, like I mean, for my cow dogs, because my cow dogs, they honestly take more of a beating versus than a hog dog. My just as bad as a beating, I should say.
Yeah.
Because they're with me on a horse, we're walking through pastures from 6 o'clock to 5 o'clock, and they're walking on hot grass, hot sand, and I don't know how everybody else does it, but for me, when I take my cow dogs, I kind of like to pour a little bit of water in their feed. So just to keep them hydrated and eating at the same well, just to get in. If they don't drink enough water, at least they're getting it from their feed.
That's right. You float their feed. That's what we call it, floating it.
Yes, sir. It works for them. We've had plenty of them. Trust me, we've had plenty of them overheat and die, and that's where we kind of learned that from. I have. Yeah. I don't know if it works or not. I couldn't tell you, but
now what are you using for your cow dogs? What kind of dogs?
The same thing.
Same thing.
Yes, sir. Same thing. Cur dogs and blackmouth and regular ones. I have red cur dogs, just some good old Florida red cur dogs down here, long-legged, blockheads. Mm-hmm. Just some bigger dogs.
They got some red bone in them. Everybody I've talked to said that ain't that what it was, Nate? They said they had red bone in them. I talked to several people like they had a red cur dog, and that's what they said. They were just like a red Florida cur dog, and they were Catahoula and red bone or something like that crossed, maybe.
Yeah, the one I heard of, actually, we just talked. Mr. Danny kind of explained it. And his son, I learned it from them guys. So what I've heard that makes the original cur is like I'm not too sure. All the guys in Florida, don't quote me now. Y'all don't buy my head off. But what I've heard was it like a red, I don't know, a red bone or I think a red bone hound.
Yeah.
With like an American bulldog, and then you would either breed that to like a cur dog or something, and that would be your original line.
That's what they were saying. That's right. It had some bulldog in it too.
Yeah, like American bulldog hound, and then you could breed that to something, and that would be like your own original Florida cur. That's what I think I know, but shoot, other people got their own preferences, obviously. But
I was just curious.
But as far as that, that for me though, I never done personally that. I've never bred that, but you can see in some of the dogs that I've grown up had, my dad, everybody we grew up having, they have these big old block heads and long legs, and they were predominantly red where I'm at. So,
Florida cur dogs.
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm
Florida
talking about.
long-legged. I can't speak for everybody, but as far as we like them long-legged, rough, big
They need some long
cur
legs and all
dogs.
that water.
Oh yeah, they need to get through it. Water, smoke grass. That's what I tell people, man. I hate it, man. A lot of people, I tell them, man, I don't breed out. I don't breed too many stuff because I don't know how they can handle our terrain. And people got their preferences on them big dogs and little dogs, and big dogs are too slow or they're too just something. But shoot, as far as me, man, I need them just to get through it. You know, whatever they're getting through it, I need them to get through it.
Hell yeah. So now, hey, where y'all live at in Florida, I was told that you have to have a shock collar on your dogs.
No.
Or that might be the deer dog thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that for the deer dogs?
I don't know much about the deer dogs, Mr. Joe.
Somebody was telling me about it. I didn't know if you had to have it for the hog dogs as well. That was why I was asking.
No, I mean, honestly, I don't know. But nowadays, I'm pretty sure everybody just has it already. But no, where I'm at, I haven't really too much have heard of that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know that taking a collar off is some big trouble though. But as far as that, now, I'm not too sure about.
Being on the reservation there, you guys, y'all have your own set of rules, right?
Oh no, sir. We have to
abide by the same laws.
Oh yeah, yes, sir. We do have to abide by the same laws. As far as like obviously like the Panthers and stuff, Bears, all of that is when we don't hunt it just like the rest of Florida, and obviously but really I mean we do go by the seasons. Obviously we don't try not to overstep no boundaries. And as far as social media goes, everybody can tell, so we really nobody can they make it kind of a point to go by the right seasons.
Yeah. So that way
turkey hunting season, but we don't have the same rule with I know some of my buddies in Georgia and maybe where you guys at you have to stop hog hunting when deer season is going and all this and that. We don't really have to worry about that.
See where we're at. I mean, legally, I mean, we don't have to stop hog hunting, but most of us, we either stop or we slow down a lot because it's we don't have real big tracts of land. And so if our dogs get off of our personal property and get on somebody else's property during deer season, then it can be a problem, And
yes, sir.
Everybody thinks that, well, I just go get my dog. We don't have a right to retrieve law here in Alabama. They can actually give you a fine, for your dog trespassing after 3 times, Nick? 3 strike rule. And, but like I said, we've got some properties that we hunt during deer season, but reason I was asking about that is I know some guys that are in the, they live on the reservation in South Alabama down there at Porch Creek Indians, and they do things a little different than what everybody else does. Of course, I don't know if they're supposed to or not, but either way, they have for years.
Yeah, I mean, we're like, it's like our reservation, we're like a federal land, we're on like federal land and stuff, so we also have to abide by the rules. And where we live at, we have like our own, we have a big old community where we live in. The leaders of our community give us they also, give us the rules, give us the rundown. Like our type of year, we have like a berry picking season, and we do have turkey season, and deer hunt season through, and that's just for Florida. It's like the same thing as the Florida law, but we do get to hunt year round. I mean, as far as killing deers and turkeys and stuff, I think people do it by the seasons though. I think they have a pretty good respect for the game,
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, no, but as far as hog hunting, oh yeah. These boys down here, I'm pretty sure you've seen some of them on social media. Oh yeah, hog hunting, they don't slow down a thing
Yeah, they just keep on
down
rolling.
here.
Yeah, that's
Oh
what we were
yeah,
talking
and
about. I think we're gonna try to come to Florida. While we have deer season going on up here, we're gonna try to come down to Florida somewhere and hunt.
oh yeah, like some parts of Florida, I think like the up north Ocala area and all of that area. I know they're big on that deer hunting season. A lot of them guys run hounds. So I don't think too much of that side of Florida is like interrupting. I mean, hog hunting all year. Because
Yeah.
mostly all the hog hunters got hounds up there too. So I'm pretty sure they hunt deer
If I
too.
come down there, I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna come down there to. I think I'm gonna go hunt with Alex from the Best Camo.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
speaking of Alex, we was just with him like 2 weeks ago.
Really? So okay, so
Oh, yeah,
I'm gonna come down there with y'all. That's
Yeah,
that's
no,
what I need to do. Alex probably
Oh,
throw
yeah,
me
man.
out there in the swamp though.
No, man, Alex, well, he's man, that guy's a character now. He's a good guy though, man. That guy's been nothing good to me anyway, you know.
Yeah.
But they get off in that good cane now. Them boys get off in them cane now.
Now, you
Now
talking
that
about
cane
sugar
right there
cane?
is some
You talking about
serious.
sugar
Yes.
cane or the other cane?
Oh yeah, that sugar cane.
Not the
That,
cocaine.
No, sir. Not in that Miami.
He said,
There you go.
Yeah, yo. 305 to my city, baby.
That's what
Shout
I'm
out to Alex.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Nah, that
No.
he actually he's told me to come down. He's like, man, come down there and hunt with us. I was like, dude, it's
Oh,
just
yeah.
it's so far for us to drive down there.
Man.
I don't know how
It's
far
far.
of a drive it is, but it's got to be 14, 16 hours, I imagine.
Oh yeah, for
At
sure.
least.
And even with us, I would I like taking my dogs and I want to take them to other places and I have. But man, that's the only thing that sucks too for me too is
Mhm.
going somewhere far out of state. It's just it's so far.
As far down as you are, it's a long, long way just to get out of the state.
Oh yeah, a long way.
How
I
long
think
does it take you to get
about,
to the state line? Like the Georgia state line.
I think it took me. I went to college in Tallahassee at FSU for a little bit. So I think it was like a couple hours. So I think it was like 9 hours or 10 hours. I could be wrong, but
Yeah.
I want to say like 10 hours.
Oh, that seems about right. What I think it would be, but that's just me
Oh,
thinking.
yeah.
Because
Oh yeah,
like,
for
from
sure.
here, it's what, 8 hours? Yeah, them boys that come. We had a couple guys come up Saturday, and they got a pair of dogs from me, and I think he said it took them 8.5 hours, and they live right across the Florida line, right on the line.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So yeah, it would be about 16 or 17 hours down there where y'all are.
Yes. Oh yeah, for sure.
Damn,
Good
that's a
little
long
driver.
way. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but man, I especially Alex, man, if y'all getting in good with him down here, man, he knows he knows everywhere to go, and for sure y'all get on the hogs.
I got you. That's pretty cool. Yeah, he's. I talked to him quite a few times. He seems like he definitely likes to have fun, likes to have a good time, catch hogs when he goes.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
Let me tell you something. Them boys from down south of Miami,
Yeah.
that's a different kind of people right there.
Is it?
That's different Florida right there. That's Miami right there.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a whole nother country.
Man, when them guys, you could talk to some of them guys down there, and you would think he's cussing you. You would think he's got a problem with you, and the whole time he's telling you a story about something else. You know,
Yeah.
They just- that's like that. That's like them dogs you can't get to sit still, man. That's them guys, but they don't mean no harm. They're some of the best people, regardless.
Yeah. That's
But
cool. So you got some good hunting stories?
man,
I know
don't
you've
got
done had to
much.
get in a bind or had something crazy happen. We try to get all our guests to give us at least one good hunting story. So give us
Well,
some.
the one of the ones that stick out the most, me working cows and me hog hunting. One time, and this was when I was younger. This is probably when I was like 15, and I still haven't to this day had that happen or anything. But so we worked cows one morning, We worked from about 6 to till about lunchtime, 12. We worked, I mean, like dogs. We worked, and while we were working, we ended up seeing some hogs. And my dad, you know, it was work, and we'll play later. And shoot, later came. We rode around our spot, rode. Well, on the way to a hog, we had to be younger than 14 because I lost some teeth then. But on the way to a hog, our dogs had one bait up, and we stopped this hog maybe like 2 or 3 times, and we was hauling ass, going on a buggy.
Yeah.
We hit a bull, and it's cow pastures now. Some of these bulls, they'll dig up holes and dig around and get the sand on their back, and they'll dig holes. And when you're flying across the pasture, you really don't think to look at them or see them. Well, we hit a hole. I fly forward on a buggy and knocked 2 of my front teeth out.
Oh, shit.
Slap out. They weren't even ready to come out. Slapped them all out. My dad picked me up by the collar, threw me on a chair. We went to the hog that was bayed. And the hog that was bayed, the dogs had it stopped by some cows. And I remember my dad, I remember me, I remember my uncle, mad as can be. Looking at it, they're thinking their dogs are barking at a cow. And the whole time, this big old hog was sitting on the side of a cow and messing with the cow's udders like he was drinking from it. Just drinking from it on the opposite side of a damn cow. And the dogs were baying the cow baying the cow. But the hog was on the other side, and we had no clue. We got around, and the hog blew out and took off, and then we finally caught it. And it may not seem crazy. It's one of them stories you had to be there.
No, that is crazy.
The thing that sucks right now is because I got my teeth knocked out as a grown man by cows, and I lost my teeth that night, both my teeth. So damn. I guess both of my teeth right now were meant to be, because I got a cow knocked my teeth out right now, and I lost them then. So I mean, we caught a hog, but I also lost in the same. And then we seen a hog trying to be a baby calf. That's what blew the whole thing out the water, though.
Wow.
That was one of the wilds. I know that, and the other ones, that'll be half the story for when we're all looking at each other.
I got you.
But that's the only that sucks, because the ones I want to tell, we'd have to be right in front of each other.
Yeah,
but,
I got you.
But for sure, no, that's one of the wildest I ever seen. I never seen a hog faking like he was a calf.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I never seen that. That was the wildest. Until this day, I never seen nothing wilder than that with a hog, at least.
Yeah,
that's wild. But for sure, getting cut by them, that's not normal, but it's nothing, too surprising. But I've never seen.
Yeah, and so was it? Do you know if the cow was it like trying to nurse on the udders, or what it was doing, drinking the milk? I
think he was just hitting
or just messing with them. Okay, just playing with them titties, playing with them cow titties.
Oh yeah,
man.
Playing with them titties.
That's
baby.
what I'm talking about.
Wrong with it.
At 7th grade, got a little fat girl, he was playing with them udders.
Yes,
just
sir.
chilling. Now you ain't gonna tell everybody.
No, sir.
But you might say to one of your best friends, say, "Hey, I touched a titty." That's what the old boar hog was saying. He's like, "I touched a titty."
Yeah, that's exactly what it's saying. But man, I tell people all the time, man. A lot of people take these boar hogs for granted. And them jokers are smart. How did he know that I could have got there and we could have got on them dogs for barking at a cow, but we could have
never even known it. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Never even known it, because, like I said, he was on the opposite side of the cow, pushing on the cow like he was drinking from it. Mm-hmm. And then when we all got around to look at it, he, took off. But I just thought it was the damnest thing growing up, and I still think about it all the time. Like that hog had to see a calf drinking from a cow to get that idea somehow, But that was the damnest shit.
Yeah, that's weird.
No, that's what me and my dad were scratching our head like, what? Did we really just see that? That's like only something made up, but
yeah, that's pretty wild.
But for sure, man.
So do you
go ahead.
That
in between, gators, but other than that, yeah,
Yeah.
that was one of the wildest.
We
but,
don't ever have to worry about the gators right where we're at.
Oh,
We're
man.
getting to where there's like now on the Alabama River, there's some of the biggest gators. I'm talking about they open season. I don't know. It's probably been 10 years or better now, but I know the first couple of years, every year they were killing a record. It started out, I think that first year was 13 foot some change, 14, 14.10, 15.2. I mean, these I'm talking about shit you wouldn't even, like, it's not normal anywhere, even where there's a lot of gators, like in Florida or Louisiana. Like, this is ridiculous. But these gators have been here for years and years, and nobody's ever hunted them.
Nobody.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
And then they opened it up, and now it's like we were talking about with the black bear. We're starting to get to where we see them, and there's people getting them on game cameras, but like they're not talking about a season at all anytime soon. They're gonna wait till it's ridiculous, until there's so many where they have to do it.
Right.
But those gators, yeah, hey, that's something to actually just kind of Google and look up. Just look up Alabama gator season and the gators, the size of the gators that are turned in on the tags. You'll see some big ass gators, man. It's crazy.
Man, no. Yeah, no, we have them 10, 12 foot, but I honestly never seen that, man. That's wild right there.
Yeah.
For sure.
Which,
I don't want to see one that big.
I don't know how long. I was trying to remember. I want to say we've had gator season for at least 10 years now. So
Right.
I'm gonna see right quick. I'm gonna look it up right quick and see what the record is anyway. 15 foot 9 inches.
God,
That was in 2014. 1,011 pounds. That was
Sheesh.
5 hours. She shot the alligator after a 5-hour fight. Mandy Stokes did from Mills Creek, Miller's Ferry. That like I said, that was the new record. And these are world record. I mean, they've done this for several years. I want to say they broke the record like 3 or 4 years in a row.
Damn.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And so, I mean, of course, we don't have to deal with them right where we're at, but in those areas there, man, that's, you get into that. Like, here's another one, 14 foot 2 inches.
Man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No, Mandy, shout out to you for pulling that 16-footer away.
Yeah,
Man.
because I always thought, like, anything longer than 12 foot is massive. And once you get 13 foot, it's like, holy shit. Now they
That's
talking
a dinosaur.
Yeah, they talking 15 plus foot. Shit.
No, sir.
Five largest alligators in Alabama. Let's see what that dude says right there. I want to see what they said. See if they lying or not. I don't know how in the fuck we got off on this, so. But it said there's most of the biggest were from Florida. Said the largest
I believe it.
unofficially measured alligator was 19 foot 2 inches long. Holy
God
shit.
damn it. No, sir.
Well, I learned one thing that when we were in South Georgia is that everybody hates the alligators wherever they run dogs, you know what I mean? Because it's a lot.
Them things will hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
Bad. Now I know some boys going through it now. I know some boys that lost dogs right now that's their conclusion is what happened to them. Shoot, I've pulled out numerous dogs of my own. Last year I pulled out 3 of them.
Damn.
And they for sure tore dogs up. Collar was still working though. Collar was working. That's how we ended up finding the gator. And oh yeah, and I think in the past 5 years I probably lost like 10 or 8 of them, the gators.
Really?
Maybe more. I could be lying, but shoot, they're
shit,
bad, man.
they.
Oh yeah, I know some boys that lose them left and right. like there's some boys that hunt. They hunt and know their land. They're hunting so bad, so good. I mean, and they know for sure. Oh, gator got it. You know what I mean? And some of these gators are so damn bad, and you can't hunt them or mess with them during season. Man, they're terrible. I honestly don't like them either.
So what do you got to do in that situation? Like if you lose your dog to a gator, I mean, I understand that like the majority of people probably just handle it themselves. But I mean, is that what you got to do? You just handle it yourself, or do you need to
right,
call
like
game
so,
and fish,
like
or what? How does that work?
right, like so, where I was at, it was on my property. Actually, a couple times it was just on the outskirts, but the times that I did go and get mine,
Yeah.
the 3 that I get, they were on, my property. They were next to like my livestock, so it was like
Yeah, you got to take them
like
on out.
oh yeah, like and it was in like the season we kind of have, so it wasn't like I'm out here just
Yeah, you're not
fun.
poaching. You're not just joy killing. You know, I mean, it's a management deal too.
Right. But I like I said, for sure, like not to get anybody off the wrong track. That is like it was personally on my spot, and shoot, it ate one of my animals, the dog that gets the job done.
Yeah, and
So,
I mean that's your livestock there. I mean, having your dog.
right.
That's
And
I don't know what else you could do except.
but
take care
majority
the
of the time,
problem.
man, majority of the time, the people, I mean, they normally don't take care of them though. I mean, if they do, that's probably on their own time or whoever, depending on whoever it is and where they're at. But nah, man, I there's plenty of stories where, oh, my dog's 50 yards, and 50 yards is nothing but a canal.
Yeah.
And that's normally how it happens though, for sure. Is that garment will stay on only so long, and that'll be it.
What about any kind of? Do you know anybody that's lost any dogs to like the pythons and stuff?
No, not that I know of personally.
Mm-hmm.
I think the weirdest thing I've seen, we opened up one up, and only thing that I've seen was like a house cat, or a cat. But I've never seen like a dog, or if they did, I didn't see it, or I never heard of it. But no, for sure, I haven't heard nothing about a python. But I don't put it past it though.
Yeah.
These ones out in Florida, they grow now.
Yeah. Do you mess with the pythons very much, or no? You don't fuck with them, or
No, I mean I don't like nothing about a snake.
you don't
But
like snakes?
I don't like snakes.
Nate loves
Just
snakes.
the one I play with.
I hear you.
But
Mine's a grub worm. I ain't got no fucking snakes. I play with that grub worm, boy.
But-
I get my grub on my. Touch it
but
and
no,
titties.
I don't mess with the pythons. But I know they Florida opened up. I want to say Florida, but they opened up they do like a competition, and they have a competition where you kill a python and you bring it to the state and they measure it and they write it down. It's
like a rodeo kind of deal.
Right, like go out and round them all
yeah,
up.
they pay you. Don't you get paid for the snake if it's over
Yeah.
it's like $50 up to 4 foot, and then it's so much per foot after. I was reading something on that today somewhere. I don't even know why I was reading.
Yep.
And
No, that's what it is. They do give them, and then they do a competition.
yeah. So whoever catches the most and the biggest for that however many days that they do it, they can win $10,000.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
I don't know if you're familiar with him. His name is Mike. He goes by the Python Cowboy.
Oh yeah, Trapper Mike. Yeah, man.
Oh yeah. Hey, that's a good guy to get a hold of for that kind of stuff right there.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he's Python, iguana man, hog hunting man. He does a little bit of all, man. He does pretty damn good.
I watch him. Yeah, I think so. I've been watching him for a minute. He I like him because he uses dogs is one thing.
Oh yeah.
And then plus he catches hogs. He does does a little bit of everything, but like I said, he does it with dogs, and I like that and I respect that. We've actually reached out to
100%.
him, and we're going to try to get him on as soon as we can.
Oh yeah,
But I want to go down there and hunt.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Down there, it'd be a good time for sure.
I was gonna
Man,
say you could take me damn hunting snakes, but hell, if you don't like snakes and shit, well, you ain't gonna be worth a damn taking me snake hunting.
No, sir.
He said no.
Damn for the
He
snakes.
said I ain't worth a damn on that.
No, sir. Anything else I might get in the way with, but snakes, no, sir. No, sir. That's a big no, sir.
I hear you. What I'm talking about. Well, you got anything else you'd like to add to this podcast, this episode?
Oh, well,
I know we were talking about the dogs and having land to hunt. You said something about that.
oh, yep.
So
I think,
talk about that for a minute.
I mean, I don't know nothing, or I'm not nobody, but I think in my inboxes right now, it's either about buying a dog or coming to hunt, hunt with you. And I think in order to have hunting dogs, you do need a place to hunt. If you want to own hunting dogs. And I think that's what a lot of people's, problem is, that they own dogs but don't have nowhere to hunt. And they want to go with you and piggyback off of you, and the guys I go with now, for example, is like, we'll take one week, we'll go at one spot and then we'll come to my spot, and a lot of people don't do it that way like they used to, and they'll want to come behind you or
That's right.
or something like that, and or they don't respect the land that you're hunting on or the property, just stuff like that that runs into. But man, I just think about it for the dog, why own a hunting dog and do all this if you have nowhere to hunt?
No, that's a good thing to bring up for real.
And I think a lot of people should think about that before,
I think a lot of the new hunters, and I'm not going to say young people because it's just people who start hunting, because I know some guys that are in their 50s that have just started hog hunting and they act like they're retarded, like they're crazy.
Right.
They lose their fucking mind. They cannot wait. Like say for instance, I can only hunt this weekend. Well, they don't want to wait till this weekend. They'll take off work and go out here and hunt, and they ain't even got nowhere to hunt.
Right.
And so they want to go hunt on my space, or my properties, or like you said, they want to go hunt with us, and that's great. I don't mind taking people hunting. And I know you don't either. But
right, for sure.
Why did you go get 4 dogs that ain't even started or supposed to be started? You bought off Facebook, and then you want to bring them with us and try and let us use our dogs to help you get them started.
Right.
So that way, once you get them going, you can go fuck me over and come around and steal my spots.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
That's how it works. It is.
For sure. And that's the only thing that I don't like, and that's one of the reasons why, I kind of stick to the same guys I hunt with, is the respect between all of us, besides the hunting and the dogs, is mutual, and that's the big part of it. And also, like I said, man, I'm a dog man. I feel bad for the dogs that people get and they can't do nothing without them, and these dogs get dragged all over, and that's just part of it that I like for people to think about before getting in the hunt. Because, man, I love for people to hunt. I don't want nobody not to want to hunt.
Yeah.
But there's ways, to go around it,
right,
have it.
Do this. All right. When somebody wants to, if they're new to it, and they went and got some dogs, and they ain't got nowhere to hunt, and they want to come hunt with you and bring their dogs, the first hunt is $100. It's an hear me out. It's an evaluation hunt. That means you're going to evaluate them and their dogs and see if that they can come back and hunt again. Okay.
There you go.
And then the next hunt will be $100. because that's going to be your consultation hunt. Now they passed the evaluation part, so they're okay to hunt with you. Now you can consult them and say, look, you need to shoot that dog, or you need to, whatever, and you need to hunt this
Right.
dog. You need to do this or that. And then after that, you say, okay, now it's $500 a month for me to train the dog. And then when they don't want to do that, say, hey, look, well then I'm sorry. That's all I can do. Because I can't keep running them with my dogs, whatever. Because here's the deal. If there's somebody out there that's advertising training dogs for $500 a month, they'll go pay that guy.
Oh,
they'll pay him in a minute, but they don't even want to pitch in and buy gas or beer or drinks or water or nothing.
No, sir. And I think that's where people need to evaluate themselves in the hunting spot, you know.
$100 evaluation hunt, I'm telling you, will change your life. Do it. So, hey, everybody listening, if y'all want to hunt with Dre Jumper, $100 first hunt.
Off the rip. No.
Yes, and look, now I will get a small percentage. So
shout out to Dixie Dogs when they do.
That's it. That's what I'm talking about. So, but no, you're right though, man. I know a lot of people get excited about it, man, and they're not thinking it through. That's all it is. Nobody's doing it to be
right. No, and that's what it is, man. That's really all it is. It ain't, and I know 90%, 100% of them don't mean no harm when they're asking.
That's right.
They didn't want to get on the action, and everybody, you know, all power to you, but you know, life still happens, and you still got to evaluate it all, you know. But
that's it. Well,
but yeah, man, and that and them with them shot collars, that's all really.
Yeah.
You know.
What do you think about the shot collars? You like them?
Man, I like using them, but at the right times for sure.
So what do you think? Give us your point of view on that.
Well, I mean, shoot, I use them as a tool. You know, I as far as the shot collar and using the shocking part and the toning part. Man, Mr. Joe, I use them as a tool. You know, if they're absolutely doing wrong, you know, but then you know I give them a little tone or show them something. But as far as like even my cow dogs, you know, they kind of got a little bit of worse. You know, I'm a little heavy-handed with them, but then again, we're dealing with, you know,
yeah, you got to be
1,000-pound animals, and I'm on a horse, and you know, but I think it's imperative to use them at the right time, though, for sure. And if you're gonna use them, use them in the right way, because I mean, I know people who have. I mean, shoot, I probably ruined a million of them with that shot collar.
Yep.
But I also look at it as like the dog. If the dog loves his job, he'll be able to move around the collar. You know, he'll be able to take it and, you know, to mind it as well. You know, because a lot of people's dogs get curved down with the shot collar because they their feelings get hurt and the dog don't want to hunt no more. But, you know, there's having a handle, and then there's, you know, and your dog wanting to work, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it's both ways, but yeah, no, for sure you gotta know what you're doing with that thing, and that's a tool. I use it as a tool. I don't know how everybody uses it, but
well, I mean, I think
when they get in them waters or big,
like you said,
for sure. And
go ahead.
I like my voice more than anything too.
Yeah,
you know, that reaches out when that dog's a couple hundred yards away. You know, that helps. When we need to go, that means, you know, come on back.
Mm-hmm.
But
I had a couple the other night. Tristan and them come up and got them 2 cur dogs, and the dogs hadn't been out in a while, and I mean a good while. And I told them, I was like, man, I said these are older dogs. They're more of a finished dog. I got all these young dogs. Blah blah blah. I was like, man, y'all, you know, take them and hunt them, and we carried them out so they could see them. And dude, they did not want to come back. They got like 40 yards from the truck. And John, he was coming to me, but Ellie, man, she kept looking at me and she'll walk off. I was like, don't do it. she'll come to me and then she'll just turn around. I was like, don't do it. And I said, you know what?
Yes, sir.
I told him, I was like, this is how you handle this. So we road hunt them, right? I got them in front of that truck and I ran them. I said, they're not tired yet. And I mean, it's been so dry here. I mean, it's like we're in a drought. It's bad.
Yes, sir.
And so I was like, chances of finding a track is very slim. But anyway, so we ran the dogs and kept pushing them. And then they were getting closer to the truck. Then they were running beside the truck, but I wouldn't stop. I just kept driving. Well,
yes, sir.
Finally got to one point where they were running beside the truck, looking at the bed of the truck. They were wanting to get in. So I stopped and, they loaded right up. And that comes into just knowing your dogs. If I'd have shocked them or toned and started shocking and all that, I mean, those dogs are old enough to know, and they're old enough to know better than that. But at the same time, they haven't been out and hunted all summer. So it's like, it's just like if me or you haven't been out in a long time and we're cutting up a little bit, we're having fun. We don't want to go just yet.
Yes, sir.
That patience, that's a good virtue to have in those situations. But 90% of the time when I call them, I'm ready to go. And I'm ready to go. And I'm not saying that they're going to burn the woods up and come right to the truck every time, but they're going to be making their way to us.
Yes, sir. And that's like that goes back, at the right time for sure to actually, to put that to use. I obviously don't go around and shocking it or beeping at everything it does, but no, I kind of use it. I want to use it in the right, the right way, and I've had to learn myself how to use that thing in the right way, because that thing will ruin some dogs if you let it. But
have you ever put it on and shocked yourself?
Man, I just wanted to see how it felt. Yeah, that joker did that. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't want it done to me like that. But
there you go. No, that's a good thing, is because you know what it does. I mean, if you put that sumbitch on wide open and hit it and just hold it, that's what it's doing to your dog.
Oh yeah, sure.
And if people don't know what it does, I encourage people, hey, put it on your arm on low and hit it, and then turn it up to 3 or 4. I promise you're gonna know it. If you get to, if you want to go higher than that, that's on you. But at least know what it'll do. Nathan, we did a video. Yes, Nathan had that sumbitch on his leg, one of the new ones, and we did it with the 300, which has got low, medium, and high. And I think we put it on high. And his wife Ella, they had just got married. She burned his ass up, boy. He had that old leg. That old leg was stiffened out, son, straightened out. So,
hide the remote, Nate. Don't let her have that thing.
Yeah, I kept telling her,
no. I'm medium guy. Medium strong enough for me.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yes, sir.
Awesome, man. Well, that sounds good. Well, it's been damn good talking with you. It seems like
I appreciate you guys having me.
I think we could get along just fine, man. We need to get together and go hunt sometime.
Yes,
sir. I know it's a long
sure.
damn way, but if I ever do make it down that way, I'll definitely holler at you.
Oh yeah, man, y'all are more than welcome my way for sure.
Same thing here. It's an open invitation. And I tell the majority of people out there, like, hey, come hunt with us if you can. I mean, if you got a trip, you're going somewhere, if you need to just stop by and take a break, holler at us. You're more than welcome.
Yes, sir, for sure.
So,
oh yeah.
Well, you just keep on running them dogs and keep doing what you're doing, man. And holler at us sometime and just keep us informed and updated on how everything's going. Send us some pictures and videos and all that good shit. We got the Shankathon hunt coming up too. That competition.
Man, I'm gonna get one of them. Get in on one of them here shortly.
It's virtual, so.
Oh yeah, I want to do. I mean, however we need to do it, I want to do it. But yeah, no, I want to do that.
It's pretty cool.
Y'all see my name in there pretty soon.
All right. Well, we'll do.
We'll be expecting it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna sign up one day. We're gonna make it happen. And shoot, man, I appreciate you guys though for sure, man. Y'all do a lot for for the dog community, I should say, for us dog men. You know,
Oh, we
that
just
I
hanging
like
out.
these kind of these deals y'all do, man. It's a cool little deal y'all got going on.
All right,
I
my brother.
appreciate you guys for doing it.
All right,
But,
man.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate you for being on, and we'll holler at you sometime.
All righty, man. Y'all be good.
All right, later, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, everybody. That was Dre Jumper. Y'all check him out on social media. He's always got something good on there. I'm on Instagram more than I am anything, and I see stuff on there all the time. So y'all make sure y'all check him out. He's I think it's cool that, you know, he's Seminole Indian on reservation, and you know he's cowboying and hog dogging and all. It's pretty cool. If he was doing some python choking, besides playing with his own little python deal, I'd go down there and go on a python hunt or something. But I can't believe he's scared of snakes. No, he said he didn't say he's scared. He said he don't like them. He don't like them. So, all right, everybody. This has been another one. We're gonna keep on pushing them out as long as we're alive and got a little bit of breath in us. And so, hey, I do want to bring up one thing. Y'all check out the stuff that's going on with the Colorado houndsmen. They're having some issues with the mountain lion stuff. Y'all look into that. Houndsman XP podcast. They're real big advocates and stuff for that. So y'all make sure you go check them out and give them a listen.
We all on the same team. Act like it.
Yeah, they're all there's a lot of links and stuff. Chris sent me some stuff on it, and we're gonna start advertising because it's like a public vote that they're gonna have to deal with. And so I watched the live last night with I was trying to think of who all it was, with Anecdote of a Houndsman and Born 100 Years Too Late with Brett and Chris and Benny, those guys. And so I think they said they had 78 days till they voted. So y'all look into that and see if there's any way y'all can support them. Make sure to look into that. Yeah, it's the Colorado Houndsmen. They need a hand, and anything that's got to do with running dogs, we need to, as a dog hunting community, whether you coon hunt, hog hunt, squirrel hunt, bear hunt, whatever, y'all need to keep your eyes peeled to that and listen and pay attention, because that could be your state next. It could be us, and so we all need to stick together. So till the next time, we see y'all.
Thank you. Hope y'all enjoyed that episode. Stay tuned for our new episodes every Monday and Wednesday. For questions, advertising, or just to chat, email DixieDoggers01@gmail.com.